Greetings everyone and welcome back to Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition with me, Kemsit. We're going to be continuing on with Dandolo, his custom campaign in Mission 5, the Sack of Constantinople. But before I'm going to be proceeding forward, I'd like to mention and inform you guys, even instruct, if you'd like to play these custom campaigns or scenarios, make sure that you present in the main menu, go to the settings, press the mods button, and from there on you'll see a magical search bar on top of your screen over here, and then write Dandolo, find the respective language which you can communicate with, and from there on subscribe to it, let your PC download it, and then you'll be able to customize whether you want to play that one or any other campaign, and then play it by coming over here as I have done with a few mouse buttons. So follow my footsteps and enjoy playing through the campaigns yourself, be it Dandolo or any other, or but until then, you know, feel free to stick around, watch my video or any other content creators, so long you're gonna have fun. Now, we will be proceeding forward now with Mission 5, the Sack of Constantinople, the year 1204. Dandolo returns to Byzantine Empire to fulfill his destiny and make history. The Venetians fight for their lives when they attempt a daring attack to conquer Constantinople.
In his youth, Enrico Dandolo had spent much time as a diplomat, merchant and envoy in Constantinople. Now, as an old man, he returned with an army to the capital of the Byzantine Empire. He didn't need his eyesight to remember the wonders of this queen of cities: the Hippodrome, the Hagia Sophia, the Golden Gate, the mighty walls, the treasures of the last Romans. After a brief demonstration of the strength of our fleet, we were able to convince the scared Byzantines to accept Alexios Angelos as the new emperor. When it came to paying the promised 300,000 silver marks, the new emperor hesitated. Alexios had overestimated his influence. The citizens of Constantinople were upset and unwilling to leave their precious gold to strangers from the west and greedy Venetians. When Alexios wanted to settle the tense situation peacefully, he was murdered by his own people. A very unfortunate turn of events for us, as we would soon find out. The Byzantines quickly mobilized their entire army to show us that we had overstayed our welcome. We were all afraid of the dreaded Varangian Guard, mercenaries from the far north who were loyal to death. Our small army was heavily outnumbered in a foreign land. Even worse, no one had ever broken through the mighty walls of Constantinople before. In our desperation, we once again sought advice from Dandolo. The Doge got on his ship, took the banner of St. Mark in his trembling hands and shouted, "What are you hesitating? We attack. Let's take what belongs to us. The Byzantines should pay for their lies once and for all." The treacherous Byzantines killed Alexios Angelos, but we would not withdraw without our promised gold. The Venetians prepared their ships for an attack.
RIP. Wait, we have to attack that? Hold on. Capture all 7 sacred relics through Constantinople. Your coffers are empty and your soldiers are hungry for the Byzantine treasure. Destroy monasteries and other sites in Constantinople. Yellow buildings to loot gold. Some of the greatest treasures in Constantinople can be found in the Hippodrome in the south of the city. Send your soldiers... Wait, what? Okay, send your soldiers to loot the rich treasures. The Tower of the Galata is south of your camp blocks the entrance to the Golden Horn. Harbor District, destroy it, and your fleet can better assist you in attacking the city. Hint: your population limit is 125. Cannon gallons are not available to you. Constantinople walls are strong and its towers are very dangerous. One of the best places to attack is Harbor District Golden Hall, near your camp, where the walls are already damaged. The water is pretty shallow there. The coordinate defense of the city will eventually collapse if you make progress in your attacks. You have little gold at the beginning. Destroy yellow buildings to get more gold. The Frankish knights have very few siege engines. Perhaps it will be wise to have break through the walls of Constantinople. Scouts: the Venetian One Orange has set up camp northeast of Constantinople. They need to support from their fleet to start offensive. The Crusaders Grey are separated from Venetians and will attack the city from the night with knights and siege weapons. Constantinople Defenders 2 Blue consist of mercenaries and troops from the whole Byzantine Empire, including the mighty cataphracts. Valuable treasures can be found at the monasteries at the monuments of Constantinople 5 Yellow. The bodyguard of the Emperor, the Ranking Guard 3 Red, is a dangerous opponent. They are Viking mercenaries who are loyal to death. The Byzantine fleet is only a shadow of its former glory, but the Byzantines will use demolition ships from time to time. Okay, so we know this. Following a brief siege of Constantinople 1203, the pro-crusader Alexius Angelus was crowned emperor of the Byzantine Empire. He attempted to pacify the city, but riots between anti-crusaders Greek and pro-crusaders Latins broke out, and soon most of the populace began to turn against him. He tried to turn the Crusaders for help, but was imprisoned by the imperial chamberlain, who declared himself emperor on February 5th, 1204, before executing Alexius Angelus. The neo-emperor then attempted to negotiate with the leaders of the crusade, Boniface of the Montferrat and Baldwin de Flanders. They appear as heroes, a unit in this scenario, for withdrawal from Byzantine territory without payment, but they refused in March 1204. The Crusaders and Venetian leadership decided on to outright conquest of Constantinople. The sack of Constantinople occurred in April 1204 and marked culmination of the Fourth Crusade. The Crusaders looted, terrorized and vandalized the city for 3 days. During the loot, Dandolo had many items of value set back to Venice, including the 4 horses of St. Mark that decorated the Venetian cathedral to this day. Due to gameplay reasons, this scenario takes a few liberties with regarding to the exact course of historical events, for example. The 2 attacks on Constantinople in 1203 and 1204 are combined into a single major final clash. In addition, the map is kind of similar to that of the first scenario. The designer wanted to find closure for this narration. In the first scenario, the Venetians are driven out of Constantinople. In the last mission, they return as conquerors. Alright, well, we could try to take over these places, but I sadly do not have enough siege weapons, but we'll try to do our best. Of course, I'll keep them away. I'll even set more people to gather resources.
The entrance to the Golden Horn was secured by a fortress, Tower of Galata. The Venetians had to overcome these defenses so that their ships could attack Constantinople from its vulnerable side.
True. And the issue also is that I do not have enough resources yet, but yeah, we'll make these pavilions here. Because we need more population, of course. Need some stone actually to go forward. Let's also look around here. Oh, hello. That's it. I will have some time, but not much. We need to hurry up quickly. Yeah, that's in a place here, okay. I mean, I could also make some cannon galleons. Oh yeah, right, shit. What if I try to aggro them? Blast through, boys. Blast through. There's nothing else here that I can find, damn it.
With a courageous attack, the Venetians succeeded in overcoming the defenses of the Tower of Galata.
Oh, hello. I know, I'm doing my best, damn it. Fucking hell.
Despite our oath, we systematically violated the city's holy sanctuaries, stealing all we could lay hands on.
The War of Trebuchets is going on, for fuck's sake. Wat verdomme.
Impero, condo. Presto,
Podio. Presto, corretto.
salve, podio.
Salve. Caeto. Prestato. Vai.
Nice.
The Crusaders could not believe how many riches they could plunder in the city's monasteries.
Rin. Get in.
The Byzantines were about to crown a new emperor in the Hagia Sophia. We had to act quickly. Vikings made one last attempt to defend the city. The Venetians conquered the famous Hagia Sophia and enriched themselves with the treasures that were kept there.
I don't think I can go forward. Find a stage the second. Unless it's okay, sure. Well, I have gathered a few.
Ein, salve,
Correct. Quando? Impero? Quando? Presto.
presto,
Same. Quando? 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 Quando?
impero, ein,
Ein. Correct.
presto, condo, 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 condo,
Come on, people.
condo, impero, fabulo, ein, fabulo,
How come the people are constantly retreating from here? Hello? There's so many people running away. What the hell? You know what I'm gonna do also? Let's get these people here.
After reaching the Hippodrome, the Venetians found 4 beautiful crafted bronze sources of priceless value there. They did not hesitate to quickly load this treasure onto their ships. From now on they would adorn the Basilica San Marco. Despite our oath, we systematically violated the city's holy sanctuaries, stealing all we could lay hands on. Even the holy places were not spared from the Crusaders. It was the Lord's will, I heard the knights say.
Well done. Now that we're inside, we should be easily wrecking them. Be gone. I'll start making some more castles inside our land. We have taken control of it now. Screw you dudes. Wait, come on.
Some crusaders found the remains of the legendary Emperor Justinian in an old crypt. They were amazed at how well preserved his body was. It didn't prevent them from desecrating his body to take away his grave goods.
Nice. Let's continue on breaking apart their lands here. What are you guys doing?
Even the holy places were not spared from the crusaders. It was the Lord's will, I heard the knights say.
Make more castles here. We do have a lot of stones, so we should be able to do it. What? Come on. I mean, I have destroyed pretty much everything in here. Now let's keep it going.
The crusaders could not believe how many riches they could plunder in the city's monasteries.
And the last two relics and it's ours. There's no more need to plunder anything else anymore. Just another place here, but no need. Nice. Just for the sake of scenario, let's see what they will say. Because I think for else we've pretty much destroyed everything.
The crusaders could not believe how many riches they could plunder in the city's monasteries.
That's it. Okay, well, let's just put it in. We're done.
All that remained of Constantinople was a sad ruin. Enrico Dandolo had achieved an incredible victory. Some say it was God's will that we had succeeded in conquering the great metropolis. Others might say it was courage and discipline that brought victory to both the Venetians and us Crusaders. I don't believe any of that. It was the unimaginable greed that drove us to overcome the walls of Constantinople. Dandolo was right. We found more gold during the sack of Constantinople than we could have ever imagined. It took 3 days to loot the city. Every form of violence was used to get hold of the precious relics and treasures. We were all gripped by vicious madness. The entire known world, east and west, was shocked when they heard about the disappearance of the Byzantine Empire. I began to remember that we first set out to recapture the holy city of Jerusalem, and not to destroy the greatest civilization in Christendom, before Dandolo had begun to influence our thoughts. The cunning Doge did make sure that Venice received the largest share of the booty. Many also wanted to crown him the new emperor, but the old man refused. His work was done. Under his guidance, the Serenissima had become the new queen of the Mediterranean. He died soon afterwards and was buried in the Hagia Sophia. However, my questions remain unanswered. Was it really Dandolo's fault that it had come to this? Or were the Crusaders, the Byzantines and Venice rivals themselves to be blamed for their fate in the end? Was Dandolo a cunning leader or a terrible villain? Father, forgive me, but I don't know.
I mean, if we're gonna consider these things, I pretty much think that Dandolo was not at fault over here at all. Well, maybe partial for the destruction that he's caused and plundering of Tsar and also plundering of Constantinople, even though they did want to support the emperor and have him, support to take back the whole, conquer the Holy Land and all that, which was totally fine. But then sacking, Constantinople entirely just because the emperor was murdered and all that, and change your plans, like you could have also left it alone and get your chamberlain and all that. The people supported still, but then again they still remained unpaid and all that, which is again the fault of not only Dandolo but also the fault of the people who were supposed to pay for it. So if they're not going to pay for it, they should not be receiving it. So that's also the fault of Dandolo, in my opinion. But they still needed the ships to, take over the Holy Land, which they also sacked and plundered a lot of people and lands over there and oppressed it, of course. Because, of course, this is all for the so-called Holy Land. But yeah, that's my opinion in my side, of course. We're now also done with Dandolo. His campaign was still interesting to also see, but this is actually what has happened also throughout history as well. If I was the Pope, I would right away recall the, how should I say, the crusade. I would have literally just waited. Like, it doesn't matter to right away go for it. You should still pay for your goods, you should still pay for your men and all that and wait for it. But of course they didn't. It was still funny to mention, like, even though they did oppress the people over here, there was still a lot of oppression in the German side and French side as well. They also plundered a lot of locals as well in hopes to get some gold to pay the troops, to pay for the ships and weapons, etc. So it was still a horrible time, all for, taking this piece of land which they seem rightfully theirs. But yeah, this is it for now. We're going to be continuing on as soon as possible with some other some campaigns. We've already received some, well, let's just say advice and suggestions and requests. I've got some Selim the Grey to go, Grim. Grey, what the fuck? Selim the Grim to go forward, and another one which was done by Ergo Cab as a suggestion which we shall comply to, and which is Mehmet, and we shall go forward to play those campaigns as well. We also still got some other ones to do, but I think we've pretty much finished everything from Hemisphere, aside from the struggle for Japan scenario, which I do not want to go forward with. There was another one, but I don't think I won't go for that one as well. With that mentioned, we will keep it up over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new and wish to support it. Do you want to recommend something we could get together? That is possible as well. Just write down in the comments box below or join my Discord server so we can have a chat about it. Till then, I shall see you guys later.